You got a lot of bursts. What do you think you're going to run?
4.4.
I love the confidence. So, just to introduce you to what we do, like we're very like X's and O's focused podcast, right?
Okay.
And EJ brought up this play to me because I know you kind of see yourself as like a hybrid off-ball edge guy. You can kind of do both.
Right.
And he's like, "Oh yeah, you got to pick on a rail route down the sideline against a receiver." And I'm like, "How did he end up covering a receiver?" So I pulled up the tape, and you guys are in a 3 down here.
Yes, sir.
And I want to know what rules do you guys have that gives your coach the confidence to let you pick up a Z on the motion and be confident you're going to get a pick? Because this is nuts.
Okay, so let me talk about before the play. The play is cover 3 with a curl flat technique. So we got anything that shows out as our number 2.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if we don't have no number 2 available, we just drop back, play the curl. And so in my head, I'm like, okay, I got to play this number 2. I got to play him top down, play that X, and to see if he does a curl, but he doesn't have a curl because Keytrail's on top. And then I was just waiting on number 2. So I thought he was just gonna stay there and like for a screen or something.
Yeah.
And then he started reeling up, and then Keytrail's already up top, and like he's already covering the X.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, let me just be an athlete.
Get on my horse and go.
and just take this guy. And then, of course, the quarterback's going to throw the ball. He sees a linebacker on the receiver.
Yeah?
I'm like, okay, this money time for me.
You know what I love about that, though? You got the arm bar. Like, did you play DB in high school? Because you got that going. Like, how did this happen?
I played a little bit of safety.
Okay, that's where it comes from.
Yeah. It shows. We see a lot of players with, I'll say, similar skill sets to you, rushing the passer, running the backside cutoff, like they leave you alone on tackle, and you're like, most guys are just pursuing. You're not only pursuing, a lot of times you're picking that guy off. That's where all your TFLs come from. That's one thing. And then there's this other thing where defensive coordinators will be like, yeah, we're going to let you drop a little bit. We're going to drop hook zone, flat zone, just to the boundary, right? And they're just trying to protect you and put you in a box and say, just do this.
Yeah.
Here, you're not only out there, you're playing with DB technique. You're hip for hip with this guy. You get the arm bar, and then it's like, oh, no, we've been here a second. It's ball time.
Yeah.
And you see turn back towards the ball. I can't tell you how many DBs don't turn back to the ball. You see an edge rusher, linebacker hybrid turning back to the ball down the boundary. I was like, you got to see this. Like, this is not something you're going to see every day.
Yeah, man, I got it from my pops for sure because he played safety back in, University of Florida. Them days in the national championship year. So, he taught me a lot. I had some coaches like Bush, Devin Bush uncle. He taught me a little bit of some DB work. Just everybody, just being there for me, like preparing me for the biggest moments like that. And, I appreciate them.
So what feels better, pick or sack fumble?
Oh, man. Pick for sure.
Yeah,
pick.
Just because you don't get that many.
Yeah.
You don't get the shot.
That's rare. That's a unicorn. But let's talk about the bread and butter. Let's talk about the sack fumbles. Let's talk about the TFLs because there's a lot of them on your tape. It's not one move, one style. You have a lot of different ways to get to the quarterback, to get to the running back. Talk about how you develop that rush arsenal.
So it's really the off season. During the off season, I would go to Sack Sensei. He's my pass rush trainer back in Miami. So it was 2021. In the off season, I was looking for a place to train, a place to get my pass rush a little fluent, right? And I hit up Sack Sensei. He wasn't that as big.
Yeah.
Got
on at the right time.
Yeah, got on the right time. So everything was smooth. Man, he was focused on me and stuff like that. It was good. But yeah, man, he just taught me just my get off, just my turning my toe on the ground, not running past the quarterback, counter moves. Just some pass rushers. They would always run up the field, go past the quarterback.
Yeah, speed only.
Yeah. So I learned that, I read the level of the tackle and the quarterback. So, they're kind of at that even level. I just use a hump move or a jab outside to come inside, or, sauce it up a little, like a little crossover and then get them to sprawl. It's
Are you a jumper on the cross chop, or like some guys jump, some guys hate doing that?
I feel like the cross chop is like it's an instinct thing. It's not something you just like, okay, I'm gonna do this, because you don't know what the tackle is gonna do. So, and yeah, I can try it. I can try the cross chop, but it's not my go-to move.
Yeah.
So I'm a call up sack sensei, man, and like let's work on it. So
this little club rip that you had against NC State, I thought it was gorgeous, because you kind of like straight up caught the tackle's hand as he was going into your chest and then got under him. And I'm kind of wondering, like, in terms of developing like the spatial awareness, right? Because that's kind of a big thing, is like knowing exactly like when you're in range and when you're not. How did you kind of develop that skill of understanding not just getting the hand, but when to get the hand, like when he's extending?
So what I did right there, I jabbed, right? And like I said, when I jab, he sprawls. He shoots his arm out.
Oh,
so
okay.
I learned that from James Harrison. I love the rip claw. Grab the back of the jersey,
pull him through. Yeah.
Use that momentum to like, push yourself forward. So
you flash it to get them to come at you, and then you get
They go underneath
into the funnel, and
grab.
then you can kind of see it here. Like you see your hand there, and you're just like, all right, you're going this way, I'm going that way. Yeah, the technique is, I mean, it's rare for a guy your age, not gonna lie. Like, it really is.
And I love the process, as we're talking about how these things come together. Even as you're talking about rush before we were talking about hands, you're setting it up in steps. I'm going to do this, so he does this, then I'm going to do this. And so many pass rushers who are at your stage of development a little earlier, even a little bit later, don't have that. They're like, I'm going to go, and if I get it, I get it.
Yeah.
If not, I'll figure it out. That's not you. You're thinking about leverage, level, relationship, hands, feet, tying them together. And then you've got a lot of physical gifts. I mean, you got a lot of bursts. What do you think you're going to run?
Full.
I love the confidence. Love the confidence. What are you going to jump? That's what I'm curious about.
At my training place, I jumped like a 37. So
yeah,
that'll play.
That'll do. Yeah,
that'll play. That meets the minimums for sure and exceeds them. So I'm so excited about the combination, right? The combination of the head, the hands, the feet, the physical skills, and then the ability to go backwards is just like cherry on top of the sundae for me.
Yeah.
So, is there a defense that you watch in the NFL and think, man, I really like that style? Not so much city, but like I love the way they play.
So I mean, it's just one guy. I mean, Hassan Riddick.
Yes,
man.
It's a show
playing right
of
now as we speak.
Yeah, as we speak. He just got 2 sacks earlier. So, just watching his game, and like, he's a little shorter than me, and he can do all these things, dropping the coverage, sack the quarterback, just wreak havoc, and just watching the Eagles defense dominate.
For sure.
And both defenses.
Yeah,
the Niners
today.
too. Yeah.
Today, they're both amazing. But
crazy.
Reddick, chronically underappreciated. Couple of stops before this, didn't hit these levels. Ends up at a team like Philadelphia where they go, we got uses for you, and just goes off. Has that season he has this year. Love the comparison. That's a great point.
And they put him at off ball, which you played off ball. Like they put him at off ball the first few years of his career and didn't really let him rush, even though he was really good at it. And then all of a sudden he becomes a full-time edge and he leads the league in sacks. Like, I think the comparison to you is actually a pretty unique one in the sense that you do fit that archetype where it's like you could play off ball, but God, I really want you to be on the edge full time because you get sacks, man.
I feel like nowadays it's a new century of hybrid linebackers.
Fully agree.
So
Excited for your prospects in the league, man, because of that, because of who you are and that time in the league, all that coming together. Just couldn't be more excited.
thank you.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see where you go. You're a phenomenal player, and we'll be keeping an eye on you for sure.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Great week, man.
Thank you
Great
so
week.
much. Thank you.
Thanks for the time, Yasir.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you.